Welcome to the Soul Rest, a quiet place where we slow down, breathe, and reflect on the deeper parts of life. In a world that moves too fast, this channel is a small space to pause, to listen to your thoughts, and to understand your mind a little better. Tonight's reflection is called The Day You Stopped Fighting Reality. Take a slow breath, and let's begin. There comes a moment in many lives that feels strangely quiet. Not dramatic, not loud. Just a small realization that appears almost unnoticed. A moment when you finally see something that had always been there. For most of our lives, we are fighting something. Fighting the past. Fighting people. Fighting outcomes. Fighting the way life turned out. We argue with reality. We replay events in our minds. We imagine how things should have been. And in that endless resistance, we slowly exhaust ourselves. But one day something changes. Not outside, inside. You wake up one morning and realize a simple truth. Reality was never the enemy. Your fight with it was. From a very young age, we learn to resist what we don't like. If something hurts us, we try to push it away. If something disappoints us, we replay it. If something unfair happens, we demand that life explain itself. This reaction feels natural, but slowly, without noticing, resistance becomes a habit. You resist. Mistakes you made years ago. Words someone said to you. The way a relationship ended. The opportunities that never came. And the strange thing is this, the event happened only once, but your mind keeps living it again and again. A Stoic philosopher once wrote, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Seneca. Reality creates the event, but the mind often creates the suffering. One of the greatest struggles of human life is control. We want control over how people see us, what happens next, whether things go according to our plans. But reality rarely asks for our permission. The Stoics spoke about something called the dichotomy of control. They divided life into two simple categories: things you can control, things you cannot. You can control your actions, your effort, your attitude, but you cannot control other people, the past, the outcome of every situation. Yet most of our stress comes from trying to control the second group. We fight the weather, we fight time, we fight other people's thoughts. And when life refuses to obey us, we call it unfair. But reality was never designed to obey anyone. Maybe the moment came during a quiet walk. Maybe it came after a long night of overthinking. Maybe it came after something painful, a breakup, a failure, a loss. For a long time you tried to change it. You replayed every possibility. You imagined different endings. You asked yourself endless questions. What if I had done something differently? What if things had worked out? But eventually something strange happens. Your mind becomes tired, not defeated, just tired. And in that moment of exhaustion, you finally stop arguing with reality. Not because you gave up, but because you saw something clearly for the first time. The past is not waiting for your approval. It already happened. Acceptance is often misunderstood. Many people think acceptance means weakness or surrender. But in truth, acceptance is clarity. When you accept reality, you stop wasting energy fighting things that cannot change. The Stoic Emperor Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Accept whatever comes to you woven in the pattern of your destiny." Eastern philosophy says something very similar. In Taoism, there is a concept called Wu Wei. It means acting without forcing, flowing with life rather than against it. Water does not fight the rock, yet over time, it shapes the entire mountain. Something peaceful happens when resistance ends. Your mind becomes quieter, not because life suddenly became perfect, but because you stop demanding that it be. You begin to see situations more clearly. Instead of asking, "Why did this happen to me?" you start asking, "What can I do now?" This small shift changes everything. You move from resistance to response. Reality has a strange quality. The moment you stop fighting it, it becomes easier to live with. Think about the moments in your life that caused the most stress. Often it wasn't the event itself, it was the argument in your mind, the endless, "this shouldn't be happening." But the moment you say, "This is what happened," the mind relaxes. You are no longer trapped in a battle with the past. Nature never resists itself. Winter does not argue with autumn. The ocean does not complain about waves. Clouds do not try to stay forever. Everything changes. Everything moves. The Tao Te Ching says, "Life is a series of natural and spontaneous changes. Do not resist them." When you observe nature carefully, you notice something important. Strength is often quiet. Flexibility is often stronger than force. And acceptance is not weakness. It is alignment with reality. When you stop fighting reality, several things slowly appear. Clarity, energy, freedom. You begin to use your strength where it actually matters. Not on the past, not on other people's opinions, but on your own actions, your own growth, your own peace. The Stoics believe the greatest power a person can have is self-mastery, not control over the world, control over the mind. Most people think life changes during big dramatic moments, but often the real turning point is quiet. It is the moment you say, "This happened, and I will move forward." No bitterness, no endless replaying, just a calm understanding that life moves only in one direction, forward. When you stop fighting reality, something unexpected happens. You become lighter, not because life stopped being difficult, but because you stopped carrying unnecessary battles. You no longer need every story to have a perfect ending. You no longer need everyone to understand you. You no longer need the past to be different. You simply live the life that exists, not the life that might have been. There will always be things in life you cannot change. The past will remain the past. People will make choices you don't understand. Circumstances will unfold in ways you never planned. But peace does not come from controlling life. Peace comes from understanding it, from seeing clearly what is yours to carry and what was never yours at all. And perhaps the most powerful moment in life is this one: the day you stopped fighting reality and started living it. If this reflection gave you a moment of peace or helped you see life a little more clearly, take a moment to subscribe to the Soul Rest. This channel is here for anyone who needs a quiet space to think, reflect, and rest their mind. New reflections are shared regularly to help you slow down, understand your thoughts, and find calm in a noisy world. Thank you for spending this moment here. And until next time, take care of your mind and allow your soul to rest.